Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Yall coming back at y'all with another video. And today we got a story time about the time I chose Wawa. We were playing college basketball. Yes, yes. Alright, so for a little context, my senior year, I didn't really get to play too much basketball because I was taking off the team for another player. And with how they do it is, if a younger player got the same talent as you and like the same skill set, they taking up. So fast forward to spring, a little around springtime, I tried out for AAU. Me and my boy Bear, we was playing for short shots, and we made the team for short shots. I was the point guard. I think he was shooting guard. So the most we got up to for that AAU team was a scrimmage, and we beat some team for the scrimmage. But what happened was with that team, the AAU team was playing for a short shots in Pleasantville. We couldn't really get an established team together. Like niggas was leaving practice, not coming to practice. Certain players would show up and not show up. So this shit was wild. I ain't gonna lie. Like one time, cause I live in AC. One time I hopped on a bus to go to Pleasantville. I seen one of the players, another guard. He was younger than me. This nigga smoking at the bus stop with a joint. I glanced at it and I was like, alright, fuck it. But yeah, so our team was nutty. We didn't really have an established team. So that team ended up getting disbanded too. So after that, it was just like, I was cooling. So then I went to college at Stockton my freshman year. Fast forward to sophomore year. Sophomore year, I was strolling through the hallway and I seen a flyer that they had a tournament coming up, like a 3v3 tournament outside. So I signed up for that, and I got my team together. It was me, Zamir, and Chad. So we played in that shit and lost around like the semifinals or a match before the semifinals. But so that piqued my interest more in basketball as far as around that way at Stockton. So I thought to myself like, oh shit, I want to try out for the team. I think I wanted to try out freshman year. Some shit happened that I didn't try out. I had a lot of shit going on around this time. So yeah. So in my mind, I wanted to try out for the team low key. So one day I was going through the hallway. I forgot what wing it was, but it's a gym in a certain wing. And I went in the gym because I seen it was bad people playing basketball. I'm like, oh, what's going on? How you do this? Because I probably like wanted to play a little ball in between classes or some shit. Because I used to be bored at school. So yeah, I went in there and it was mad people. It was like hella people playing basketball on one side, and the other side it was like volleyball girls and shit like that. So yeah, and then I seen somebody. He came up to me and approached me. He said he was a travel coach for Stockton. His name was Mario, and he was telling me how about that they got a team that they play and they travel and shit. I'm like, what you mean? He like intramural, and I at the time I never heard of intramural. So he like, yeah, it's not like the actual team, but we play basketball and we travel and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool. And he asked if I wanted to join. I'm low key like, yeah, cause I low key see basketball as a workout. That's how I work out and shit. So I was like, yeah. So he told me to come to a practice on such and such. I forgot the day. So I went home and fast forward to that day. I packed my bag and shit. It was around 7 o'clock. I think it was like 7 or 9. So I went to the gym for the practice, and I walked in there. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That one practice, it was hella characters. It was hella characters in that one practice. One nigga, as soon as I get in there, I get my shit on, stretch, and start practicing. some light skinned nigga. He got all this mouth, and mind you, I got a little mouth too. I ain't gonna lie. So we were just arguing, going back and forth and shit. He was alright though. He was nothing crazy. And then you had another nigga. Nigga was like 6'2", 6'3", like 230. He was big as hell. Yeah, he had mad belts and was dunking. I'm like, how the fuck you dunking and you fat? Like, this nigga was the most athletic fat nigga I've ever seen. And we had another nigga. He was probably the best on the team. It was some 6'3" nigga, linky as hell. Could dribble, shoot, pass, all that. Like, I'm talking when we scrimmage at each other in the fucking practice. This nigga taking the ball up instead of me and the other guards and shit. We playing off the ball and shit. Like, yeah, there was some characters in there. I ain't gonna lie. So low key, I only came to 2 practices, but this was their first practice. So after that, I went home and he told me to keep going and shit like that. And I was gonna get acquainted to the shit or whatever. And for some reason, I end up not going back because once again, I had a lot of shit going on. Like, I was working at Wawa. I had financial shit going on. I had a lot of shit going on. So I ended up not going back. But I had the number for the travel coach. So I stayed in contact with him, right? So now that he used to come into Wawa. Like, I would never notice the nigga. He would come into Wawa. But now that I know, oh, he worked at Stockton, now it's like, oh, there's like a different connection now. And I got the nigga number. So when I used to be at Wawa, I used to be making drinks and shit. The nigga, I would see the nigga, I'd be like, yo, what's good, cuz? Shit like that. So I finally texted him when I got my shit situated, and I could play. And the time that he texted me back, around the time that I hit him back, and the time that I hit him and he hit me back, he was basically saying like it was too late, and that they already stopped playing people and shit like that. So I was like, damn, like, not really shit to do. But so then I just expressed to him that I was like really trying to hoop or some shit. Like, I was like, you know anything else going on? Like, maybe I could try for the team or something. That's what happened was he was like, oh yeah, maybe I could get you a tryout. I'm like, what? I was like, ain't no fucking way. So he ended up hitting DJ up because he cool with DJ. DJ is the star player for Stockton and shit like that. So he ended up hitting him up, and he told me to hit him up and introduce myself and shit like that. So I hit him up on the gram and shit. I was like, yo, my name, I'm trying to walk on. You gotta come to a run. And he was like, yeah. He was like, come to Big Blue. So next day, I'm chilling this shit. So now I'm thinking like, all right, now I gotta get in shape and shit for real. Because I'm not really in shape like how I should be for basketball. So now I'm like, all right, now I gotta start locking in this shit. And when the day came, I was sitting in class. I was just waiting for the bell to ring. I ain't gonna lie. So when the bell finally rung, I got my backpack and shit. Because I already had packed my shit from last night. I went up to the Big Blue. And for those that don't know, Big Blue is this big ass building, cuz, and it's blue, obviously. That's where all the sports and shit going on. So I went over there and I walked through the door. There's a lady at the front desk. She like, can I see the ID and Z number? So I give it to her. I walk in. As I'm walking, the building big as hell. I'm trying to find a locker and shit. So I finally found a locker and I go in there and I'm cool until it's time to like go to the gym. While I'm cooling in there, I see 2 niggas come in. Mind you, I'm in a different mindset right now because I see 2 niggas come in. So I'm scanning a player bills and shit, trying to see like these niggas would be on the team or some shit. And they playing ball. They was taller than me. I felt like they was basketball players. But come to find out they wasn't when I got there. But anyway, so when the time came, I went into the gym and There wasn't that many people there. They had like the track people on the other side. Like it was a big ass hardwood floor gym, the main one, and then they had another one like off to the side. Shit was big as hell. So I'm in there, and it's not really too many heads. One white boy came in, and he said that he was the center for the team. He was like 6'6", 6'7". He said he was a center, and he was a cool like laxy daisy type person. Like he wasn't no intimidating type nigga. He was cool and shit like that. So we was chopping it up and shit. I got ready to stretch and shit, got my shoes on, and then I started shooting around with him on one side of the floor. As time went on, more people started to come in the gym and shit, and the coach even came in, but the coach wasn't like running it or nothing. It was the players running it, like the runs and shit. The coach just came in and stopped by and said it was good to the players and then dipped. Mind you, the coach like 6'3". I'm like, I'm cooked. The coach taller than me. I was just bullshit. But yeah, so he had left. I didn't really say to him. I didn't really say nothing to him because he was just stopping by, and I was shooting around and shit. But more people started coming in. I seen a few guards, maybe like some taller people, and then that's when DJ came in. That's when I introduced myself in person to him to let him know like, yo, my name Yall and shit. You know, I'm the nigga who was trying to walk on. He was like, all right, that's what's up, what's good, and all that. So I seen, cause I only knew like two people off the team that like that I haven't seen before in person, but I knew of them type shit. It was DJ and the nigga named Kyle. That nigga Kyle known for his defense. I think he like the second best player on their team, or was at the time. And he known for his defense, but he got offense too. So I later seen him walk in. So it was like a good 11, 12 heads walking in all at the same time. So now that everybody there, they started the runs. And obviously, the niggas don't know why I'm nothing like that. I'm a walk on. So I was a sub pretty much. It was like, and then it was more players subbing. So I was like the third. Yeah, I was the third sub. So they got 5-on-5 runs and shit. The team is like a DJ on one team and Kyle on another team. On DJ team, it's like a guard or forward, and the white center that I was talking about earlier, like the chill nigga. He on that team. And on Kyle's team, they got like a guard and another guard. He a guard, by the way. They got like another guard, a forward, and a center. But they got some diesel black niggas. So it's like, but the team was even. So the team was even, and they started the runs up. And this is how I knew this nigga DJ was their player, cause this nigga, I don't think he point guard, cause he taller than most of the niggas on the team. This nigga is taking the ball up over the guards, calling for ISO, screens and shit, shooting threes on some Lucas shit like he is the team. I'm like, that's tough. Like that nigga was really like calling the shots type shit. I ain't gonna lie, no rise shit. He was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to. But at the same time, the nigga Kyle was on his level and shit. So the run started to get crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The scores was tied up and shit. That nigga Kyle, he had got a stop on DJ. He stole the ball and scored on him. He was like, yeah. This nigga started gassing this shit. Shit was getting intense. So he came down the court, passed the ball a little bit, moves regular basketball and shit. So they was getting subs. I'm thinking I'm about to get subbed. Another player from their team gets subbed. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm just waiting and shit. So by the time I finally get subbed in, I'm like, all right, bet, let's get it. I'm warm. I got my practice shots in and shit, or whatever case may be. I'm ready. So I took the ball out I went down the court, and I was like on the right side of the court, and they like probably did like some off ball shit on the left side. I was cooling, and then they put up a shot, and we going back down the floor. Now here's where it get crazy. We go back down the floor, so now we on defense, and the nigga Kyle coming up with the ball, and they like ISO, ISO. And I'm guarding some other Swifty guard. I think the nigga named Mo. He like 2 inches taller than me. I'm 5'9". So he like 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot type shit. So they get a ball to him to ISO me. Now I'm like ISO. Never in my life at all basketball have in a 5v5 game a team said to ISO me. Cause I'm for real, I'm known for my defense. That's one of the things that I'm known for. So I just thought that shit was crazy. In my head, I'm like, fuck out of here. So this nigga get the ball. I'm guarding. I gave him a little space. I'm guarding the nigga. The nigga was shifty and fast as hell. The nigga went left. The nigga set up first. The nigga did some rhythm dribble. Then went left. Then went right fast as hell. So when he went left, I was going left with him. I ain't gonna lie. And then he went right, and I couldn't recover. And he got the easy lay or whatever. I was just like, fuck, alright. He got that. I couldn't get to him. So we go down the court again. I take the ball up and I swing it and get back to my post or whatever. And I forgot what happened this play when we was on offense. I didn't really do much. So fast forward, we going down the court again. It's the same play. They get the ball and swing it to that nigga that I'm guarding, nigga named Mo or whatever, I think. The shifty nigga. And they like ISO, same play. I'm like, fuck out of here. Ain't no way he about to score again. So he do the same shit. He rhythm dribble. He went one way. I'm going the other way with him. And he go the other way. And he creating space and going around me type shit. It's like, I'm a fast nigga. But this nigga was way faster, just getting to the Baja. And I could not contest this nigga. I'm like, mind you, this supposed to be my tryout, whatever you want to call it, my run to see my skill. I'm just thinking like, no fucking way. I go like that shit hurt, but it was cool. It happens. I wasn't in tip top shape. So now on offense, we going back down. Now I get the ball. I'm coming down the court. Now I ain't gonna lie, because he not about to keep doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was fed up. I was trying to go at the nigga now. Now I come down the court. I make a move. I get past him. He tried to rip around me and steal the ball. I get past him. I get to the fucking hole, but I missed the layup. I missed the fucking layup. I got past the nigga and missed the fucking layup. And it was a low contest from another defender, but it wasn't none to where you can't make the fucking layup. So I sold. I basically sold. So I took the way I see it now was I took the possession from inbound to the end of the possession trying to score and ended up missing the layup. So I missed the layup, and as soon as I missed that shit, that nigga DJ said, yo, he subbed me out. I ain't gonna lie, he subbed me out. He subbed me out. And then he put somebody else in. And I ain't gonna lie, it was just like, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was low-key sick. So now I'm sitting on the bench and shit, just watching everybody else play. It's just like, fuck it. But yeah, so then when the runs ended, he came up to me. We was talking. He was basically saying like, he was saying like, yo, you can't. We here to work on our game for the team and shit like that. I don't really remember exactly what he said at the time, but he was basically saying like, that was Ike, and that's not what you would do if you was on the team. And I get what he was saying, because it's not like, there's no way in hell that a walk on like me, myself, just go ahead and take the ball and try to. I guess a team sport. He was basically saying. And I was like, all right, yeah, I feel you, type shit. I was humble about it, of course, because that's who I am. So I like it was cool. It was cool. So then he said to come next Wednesday to Big Blue for another one. So I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna come next Wednesday, and then I leave and shit. But the first just being in there, I ain't gonna lie, the atmosphere was different. The atmosphere was way different from a middle school team, a high school team, AAU team. Like this shit was college. Like it was just weird and awkward for me because like all the niggas knew each other. They already on the team and shit, and they know each other. They talking to each other like they, y'all know how that go. Cause I'm the only nigga that's not like, feel me. So it was different. It was interesting. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, he told me to come to the next one. I'm gonna find it for you. He told me to come to the next one. Let me find it. See how I can find it. Yeah, bro, that shit. That day, that was a good day. I ain't gonna lie. That was an interesting day. It's right here. So he had told me to slide again. He had told me to slide again. I said, yeah, I'm gonna come. But I ended up not being able to come because I had work. Later that day, I go home. I'm thinking like, fuck, I got work that Wednesday. I didn't know that when I at first I said, yeah, I got work at Wawa from 2 to 10, and Big Blue runs and practices and shit is at 3:30. It was no way I was making it if I feel me. So then I'm thinking, all right, I got to call out of work, but I couldn't call out of work because I was already like probably 2, 3 call outs in. And I had, like I said, I had mad shit going on financially, mentally, and shit like that. Where I was trying to juggle like, all right, what I'm gonna do. So basically, I ended up not being able to miss work that day to go to the fucking practice again. When he said to come back. So that was that. I ain't gonna lie. I just never said nothing after that. But shout out to him. I shout out to everybody for letting me slide. Shout out to the travel coach and DJ. But yeah, I just didn't slide because I had work at Wawa. This shit sound nutty, but yeah, that's what it is. So man, that's a story of how I chose Wawa over playing college basketball. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all like that. I finally got a camera now. Let me know what y'all want to see. We out.